Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grounds break to new, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. Misadventured, hideous overthrow, stalked with their death, buried their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's hand naught could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
There lived in Verona a young man named Romeo. He had his kinsmen and his friends and his cousin Benvolio. One night he went to a party at the house of Capulets, and that night he met a face he could never forget. Her name was Juliet. He fell in love right off the bat, and to Romeo's good fortune, Juliet loved him back. But there was one little problem in the story of lovers. See, Romeo and Juliet's families hated each other. They'd been feuded for years, as long as one could remember, and it was no secret to this town, both fathers had a temper. But none of it mattered to Romeo or Juliet. The family's hate meant nothing since the moment they met. And with lips so soft and a kiss so sweet, Romeo swept Juliet right off her feet. They married the next day. They were ready to start the new life, but it wouldn't be happily ever after for this husband and wife. Juliet's cousin Tybalt killed Romeo's best friend Mercutio, so Romeo did him the honor and sent him 6 feet below. He was banished from the city and left to make a plan. Juliet was in a flurry of emotions. She needed a man. Her dad got mad and snapped like a crayon, and her parents were forcing her to give Paris her hand. So she went to Friar Lawrence, got a potion to make her dormant, but this potion made her seem dead. She was sleeping instead. She had Romeo send a letter to let him know she was alive, but to her misfortune, the letter never arrived. Romeo got the news that his true love had died, so he went back to the graveyard. When he saw her, he cried. His life was over. He'd been pushed to the limit, so he slugged a vial of poison and was dead within a minute. Juliet woke up and saw the horror that lied before her. Her dear sweet Romeo was dead on the floor, so she grabbed the dagger from his body as she cried in regret. His blood was on her hands and she couldn't forget, so she plunged the dagger into her stomach. The death of their love that hath becometh.
Two households that are both alike in dignity, 2 star-crossed lovers with whom that they could not be, together with their family's rivalry, somehow that their parents could not see that true love trumps everything. Romeo and Juliet, the loving two, met accidentally, separated through and through. They loved, they had their first kiss, same time, compassionately, actually not knowing the coming tragedy happened to be the one that ends their lives. And the newly made couple decided to ditch the life their parents made for them and went to get hitched at St. Peter's Church by Friar Lawrence, and this was all done with a lack of insurance. Because if either parents heard what been the truth all along, a noose would be hanging, both their necks are hanging on. True love wages with life, how could one ever choose to continue their life? The one they love they lose.
A long time ago, there lived a boy named Romeo. There was a girl he met, her name was Juliet, the daughter of the great Capulet. He snuck into a party, being so clever, but when it was time to go, he never wanted to leave her ever. Juliet's family was not very grateful, and sooner or later, they became more hateful. Cousin Tybalt tells Romeo to fight like a man, and stabbing happens that Romeo didn't plan, and even ends up getting Romeo banned. She gets a potion from the friar. She isn't sure of the effects, they could be dire. Romeo soon hears of the news, so he goes to the apothecary for some new brews. Drinking the poison was a big mistake, because right as he drank it, Juliet became awake. As Romeo took his last breath, it was already too late. He was on the verge of death. This is a great story of love, but now they look down from above.